should be game-changing right there. But unfortunately, was not able to follow through. Anyway, let's just go on straight to game number 2. No ad breaks. Let's go. Let's go! Alright, here we go into game number 2. At the top right, as the brown Zerg, we have Technics. Bottom right, as the red Protoss, we have DeWalt. And I see a little bit of discussion about getting resources back when you cancel. Actually, if a building dies when it has an upgrade unfinished in it, you don't get back the full value. You only get back 75% of the value. It's different from units. If a unit is building and the building dies, you get the full value back. But if it's an upgrade, you only get the 75%. Whereas obviously if you cancel it, you get the full value back. So that's why if you know the building's gonna die before the upgrade finishes, you should cancel it. But like if a unit's building, it doesn't actually matter. So we are an outsider now, which means DeWalt is gonna go for the in-base pylon here. Pretty standard to open with one base play, because you can of course get the safe back expansions. And yeah, I'm curious to see what build that DeWalt hopefully has prepared here, because he's gone for a blind 12 next opening in both his PvZ so far, which is quite risky, but it's essentially just like saying, okay, I assume he's going to go for 12 hatch. And we can see Technics has actually gone for an overpull this time, so he's like, I wonder if he's going to Nexus first. But the thing is, going Nexus first on this map doesn't really make any sense, because the 1-gate opening is so strong. I don't think I've ever seen a Nexus first opening on Outsider. But anyway, hopefully we'll see some cool Sarah Reaver shenanigans and whatnot. That is very powerful here. It does take a lot of preparation to do a good Sarah Reaver though, so I'm not sure if DeWalt will be up for that. But we'll see. He's clearly done some preparation here, because he's come up with this awesome 12 next opening. And he has a couple of all-ins to follow up as well, one of which was successful, the other one not so much. It's really funny because both of the all-ins were like super delayed versions of things you might normally see. So in the first game against Ealzerk, he did like a really delayed +1 speed lot timing when he had like, 15 Zealots to move out with. And then last game he did like a 9-gate Rune all-in, which is, again, really, really late. I mean, in the Zealot case it worked out, but, with the Dragoons, I mean, this feels way too late. So, looks like Pro Guy is going to poke out here. We do the expansion for Technics. That was a second probe that is just going to wander on home. And it looks like DeWalt might actually just go for a 1 gateway expand here. Yeah, he's going to go for the gateway expand. He's not going to bother getting a gas. Where's his probe going? Looks like he's getting a little bit lost here. He's trying to go down to the bottom left, I think. Take the pylon first. Looks like he's slightly concerned because there are lings incoming. That looks like a gap. That could very well let Zerglings up, I'm not sure. Looks like barely not. Okay, whew, thank goodness for that. It's very close. So you can see Technics getting his third hatch rate is natural instead of at a third base, because, he sees his opponent opening one base, so you don't want to take that. We don't necessarily want to take that, that third, and oh my goodness. Wow, so that's what he was doing. Okay, no Nexus there. He's going 4-gate Zealot all in here. DeWalt is not messing around. Oh man. Technics, of course, seeing this opening would assume either a 1-base tech play or a fast expand. He was not going to see this coming. DeWalt with the sick all in. He's got to be a little bit careful though, because if Lings get too high up here, they're actually going to see both of these gateways. But look at this, Technics' Overlords are not actually even going towards the main base. He's got one just moving over to the top left. I think he's moving this one because he's going to go Mutas. I think that's a Muta stacking Overlord. And that could be really, really bad, because that's going to mean he's going to have very little actually in the way of units for a very long time here. And he could just die to the Zealots before the Mutas even get out here. Meanwhile, he's got some Lings running around, making sure there's no probe sneaking in the back. DeWalt's actually tricking the probe through the other side here. We can see the lair is on the way, not a single sunken colony inside, and there's no real reason to have a sunken colony. DeWalt now taking care of that initial Zealot Zergling. That might prompt 1 sunken, maybe 2, since there are 4 Zealots already, but I think Technics will just make a few more Zerglings and that 1 sunken and expect to be fine, but he's not going to be fine because there's 4 Zealot pump here, 4 gate Zealot pump coming out for DeWalt. He is not messing around, and there's nothing spawning the Zealots. The Overlords are completely out of position here. Technics is only going to have 1 sunken colony in position, and he's definitely waiting for the lair to get a spire up, and now he's going to make a Hydra Den in the front, but it's going to be too late, I feel. The sunken colony's finished, but there's 5 Zealots here already. They're going to back up a little bit to regroup with their buddies. It's going to wait for all 8 Zealots to actually go in here. Meanwhile, Probe is just still doing shenanigans in the back. Oh man, looks like DeWalt might have just rallied to the front. Technics actually doesn't realize what's going on. He saw 5 Zealots, but he still actually doesn't seem to know what's happening right now. So he's not made an additional sunken. And his Overlord, again, is just moving to a random corner of the map, so he still has no idea. He has no idea what's going on. Is he making a... He's not making a spire. What is he making? Oh, he's getting lurkers. If lurker finishes, he might live, because DeWalt doesn't even have a forge, but I mean, I'm pretty sure DeWalt can just make a forge in time. Oh god, this is the bus though. There's no way he can hold the bus. There is 0 way. The drones are coming off. He needs to stop the Zealots, but there are so many Zealots, and DeWalt is rallying more of them and forward here. Technics, I think he's about to die. There's no way his lurkers are going to be in time before everything in his base is dead. The Zealots are moving into the main base. Where's the emergency sunken? He doesn't have money. He's making Zerglings and he doesn't have money for an emergency sunken. Why is DeWalt chilling here? Okay, he's just going to kill all the Zerglings as they pop from the eggs here, killing a lot of these Zerglings as they spawn before they can do anything. Technics with the massive drone drill down to his natural to try and save it. Lurker, did it finish or did he cancel it? I think he canceled Lurker to get the extra minerals, knowing that it would not be in time, but that means the only thing he has to defend against this is Zerglings, and Zerglings aren't going to do anything against that many Zealots. Why is he not building another sunken in the main base? Can he defend this with just Zerglings? I don't think so. I really don't think pure sunken is going to cut it here. And there's just an increasing number of Zealots here. It's not even like he's whittling down the Zealot count. There's just way too many Zealots coming out here for DeWalt. And here we go. He's going for the big attack here. The drones are fighting. The Zerglings are almost all gone here. GG from Technics. DeWalt takes game number 2. Easy peasy, very quickly. And we are going on to a deciding game 3 to see who's going to advance first from the group. DeWalt